Okay, so today we are going to design a very simple calculator with just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm going to link my CSS and HTML. Linking my JavaScript. Alright, so that's basically it. So we start by creating a div. Let's have a class of calculator. Then in this div we're going to have inputs. This input, this is where the items we type are going to appear. Because that place is not going to be editable, I'm setting it to disabled. So then right under that, we're going to have another div. This div is going to hold all the buttons. Okay, now we begin with the buttons. Yes. Alright, this is the first row of buttons. Now let's move on to the other. into the other row buttons. This where I'm giving spaces necessary because I'm gonna put them in rows later. This one right here like this. Now the fourth row of buttons. Alright, but I'm gonna assign classes to some of them because the operators I have to be able to select them specifically later. So all operators, I'm gonna give all operators a class of operator, just like this. Any operators. Delete button is an operator. So yes. 7, 8, 9, they are numbers, they are not operators. 9 is an operator, so I'll give it a class of operator, which I will name my plus. Then equal already has an ID, I'm going to select it specifically. And I think this should do well. So that's it for the HTML. This is for the HTML. Okay, now over the CSS. Calculator, the overall parent of everything is calculator. This is what we are selecting here. I'm adding padding so that there will be some space around it. put some space around it. It's too edgy. Let me add a border radius. Pixels. That's too thick. Let me make it 1 pixels. I want to keep this centered. So I'll say I want to make sure it's centered. So margin 0 auto. Now you see it's centered. Margin 0 auto centers block level elements. Display. If you go to the HTML, under the overall parent calculator, this input field here is having an ID of display, which is this display, and that is what we are styling now. Remember that we style this display to have disabled, which is a synonym for content editable for, so that we can't type here. We're not going to type in there. It's our value that come there. So let's make it look good. On font size, there will be I want the text to start from the left, not center, or text to start from the right, not the left, like a real calculator. Margin. Put some space between the input and the buttons. I put some space there. That's what that margin button does. Just add border there to make it noticeable. Alright, so now let's go to the buttons. Now you see all of these buttons, all of them, they are inside an overall parent having a class of buttons. So just stay close, and this is where the arrangement is coming in. So now say display grid. Display grid arranges things vertically. Flex display side by side. Display grid puts them horizontally. Now grid dash templates that columns repeat for one faro. One faro means one fractional unit. So the entire length of the something, it divides it into 4 equal parts, and one part will take for one. So one column will be one part. So that is the for one faro. You can write one faro 4 times. It's also allowed. Repeat for one faro basically divides the columns into 4 equal parts, and one column will take one, just like that. This is the buttons we are here. These are the buttons and we're starting. These are the children. Add some cap to that. Alright. Now let us style the individual buttons. The individual buttons, we are going to style them. So each of these individual button all the way down, button, we're going to style them now. Yeah. So 520 pixels, put space all around it. Cost of monitor makes it when your mouse comes here, it shows this. Yeah. Whiteboard. That's the background there, and let's make it curved. So I think it will be like this. But that's not all. Those that are having class of operators, I want to give them a different color. So that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this items here. So I'll change the color, make it look more realistic. Alright. So you see the color for the operators are changed in equal to sign. Equal to sign is this. Let me make it iconic. ID equal. That's the equal to sign there. Now it makes more sense. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the HTML and the CSS. And let's go to JavaScript to make it work. Okay, display is this input box that is what we just declare as variable there. This append to display. Remember we used it in our HTML. Display. This alright, so what we did here is when we say append to display input. So in our HTML what we have here, So now HTML we have here append to display input. So if we hit 7, when we tap on 7, this input will be 7. So the value will be whatever was there before. We don't want to replace with a new value, so addition assignment operator, whatever was there before, whatever we tap, we add it to it like a string. Clear display is this clear. So when we clear display, we are setting the value of the display to none. So now when we hit it, this box will be empty. I have added differ here. Alright. So I forgot to add differ in the script tag, which means the JavaScript was loading before the HTML content. It's good to add differ when you're using JavaScript at the top of the HTML so that it's going to wait for the body to load first. If you try to operate when these things don't exist, it's not going to work. Right, so append to display it. So display dot value, whatever is there, addition assignment that is plus equal to, means if a value is there, you tap another one, it joins it, addition assignment operator, like that. Rather than just replacing everything. If we say equal to input, say 8, if we say 9, it changes it. So if I want to say 6 plus something, it won't work. So I need what's it called now? The addition assignment operator, which means whatever is there already. If 8 is there already, okay, that means display value is 8. Then display value plus equal to input. I type append to display 9, comes and join 8. Type minus, then like that. This delete last is this. In our HTML here we have uh what's it called? There, right here, this button, so that we can delete something. Alright, so how this works is display of value. Whatever is already shown here is our display of value. So we say display of value dot slice 0 comma minus 1. It enables you to start deleting from the very last value. 0 is the first one, so counting from 0, the first one, minus 1, delete 1 at the very back. Alright, so 0, this 7 is 0, 1, 2, like that. Minus 1 means delete from the last. That's how it works. And now let's go to the main engine. Using eval is a very short way to get this done. Very quick. Very quick and it's going to get this done. So when we say calculate, what this eval, yeah, This is basically the whole brain of the calculator. This is basically your brain. So what eval does there? Whatever you give it to it there, it's gonna run it like number. Right? So this whatever I put the 8 times 9, it's gonna run it as numbers. It's gonna calculate it just like that. Yeah, that's it. So plus so 8 times 9. I think I didn't do something with my multiplication sign. Oh, sorry, this should have been asterisk. So yeah, JavaScript is plus minus, asterisk is multiplication. So what eval does, whatever is written in the display, it takes it, as number. It takes it as number. It runs everything as once as a mathematical operation. But using just eval like that is risky because if we type an error or something, the calculator will crash. If I say 7 plus plus divided times 6 minus, you see, I'm not sure it's going to do it. It's not going to work. This is dangerous coding. This JavaScript is dangerous coding. In some cases, the calculator could even crash. So how do we save this situation? We put this code in a try catch. We put this code in a try catch to try it. This is what we are trying. We are saying try this, okay? So if after trying it, if there's an error, we're going to catch it. Right. Error. Why? Because 4 minus times 0. We can't actually calculate this without using try catch, and there are some situations where it will just crash the whole calculator. This is not correct. So when you use a try catch, instead of crashing the code or making JavaScript confused, it's simply going to show error. So basically that's it. Let's run through everything again. So uh, we have the HTML which goes like this. There's a parent calculator, that which is this black border you see here. This black border you see here is the calculator. This black border you see here is the calculator, which is the overall parent. And under this calculator, we have input, which is this input. But this input is not like other input where we can input type something. So we set it disabled so that we don't manually type in something. Then still under the calculator, we have a div class of buttons, which is holding each and every one of these buttons. We have to put all the buttons inside the parent of buttons so that we'll be able to use um, display grid, where we use display grid and repeat for one after to appropriately arrange all the buttons into what's called columns. Aha. Then that's basically it. All the operators need to have a class of operator, which enable us to make them appear unique by giving them a color of orange. And you can add cool over effect to your buttons. So when you type it, to make the color like that. But the video is already too long, so I'd like to stop here. Going through JavaScript is basically easy. This is one of the shortest and simplest JavaScript you will come across. Append to display, explain that. Play display, just set it to empty. Delete last. We're using slice, means count on the first value, -1, delete the very last. Then try catch error. You try it. If there's an error, it will show that there's an error rather than just crashing the code. That's the usefulness of try catch error. All right. Thank you.